It was all three mid lane towers and the inhibitor. They still were taking these outer towers on the map with this Baron buff. That's going to be a massive advantage already. 10,000 gold in the lead. 23 and a half minutes in. I don't know exactly where you kind of classify different sorts of gold leads and the amount of like difficulty it is to get them, but I think this kind of classifies as a bit of a I would definitely call this Asian
Eu tava e não consigo arrumar um bug visual, eu sei lá, velho.
United.
Pirula, só pra você saber. Eu não faço side stone. Visão não ganha jogo.
Solo kill e esse elo realmente eu acho que...
Ah, porra, eu tô contra Smurf do AEL, velho, só porque eu queria free PDL, vá se fuder, cara. Não, não dá PDL. Meu Deus.
Cara, se esse Lee jogar mal, eu vou xingar tanto ele. Tipo, se eu jogar mal também, eu vou falar que é culpa do jungle. Eu tô pistola.
Ah, mano, por que eu fui na... Vá se fuder, velho. Meu Deus, que porra de cal foi essa, mano?
Tomara que esse cara perca o blue pro meu fogo, na real. Eu vou garantir, eu vou dar o W tipo, bem antes de sair assim só, tá ligado?
Não, é vacilo. Ah, nem é.
Não, porque se ele é só ele não ser macaco, tá ligado? Mas eu vou ter mais chance de pegar o blue. Eu não vou pegar de propósito, tá ligado? Eu só vou aumentar as minhas chances de ter.
Cara, o barra taunt do...
Well, the mid lane was a big focus from both of these teams and is going to be the focus of a lot of the play that happened, including the middle stages of the game. Around 18 minutes, United really broke the game open by taking a 3-for-1 fight in the mid lane. Peek and Wolf pushed up a little bit too far, and this is, Mark, like you said, right after they lost 2 towers mid lane.
Right, so Peek and Wolf thinking that the enemy team's resetting. They are actually not. They're hiding out in the jungle. Get a little bit of a scrappy fight here where Zeyzal gets left behind, getting sniped out by the Ash Arrow, while Fox and Gilius try and finish off Peek and Wolf. He does a good job cutting out for a while, getting multiple members low. This allows him to finish off Gilius, but in the meantime, Zeyzal and Licorice have been messing around the backside, buying enough time for Deftly to get involved. Now he joins up and they lock up RF Legendary. It's going to allow them to turn this fight back in United's favor.
Yeah, and even though Big God Jackals were looking to try to turn that around, you mentioned by not being able to kill off that Soraka at all in the fight, she's able to sustain up basically everybody from United. They were able to turn and continue to chase down, including a really good flash taunt there from Liquid.
I think we said it's not the easiest thing to land. Everyone jokes about people missing taunts on the Shen, and there Licorice had a pretty good game. You know, he lost the lane a little bit early on, not too bad, held on mostly, had to use a couple of his ultimates early defensively from the plays that Gilius and Fox were trying to force around the mid lane, but
o Jimmy desceu cacete, o EZ nem pra tirar nele.
Flash taunts not super easy to land. Neither are 20-minute Barons very easy to do, but United, they made the very bold call to keep the pressure up, keep it going, keep the aggression on, and about 21 minutes into the game, completely undetected until the last minute, they go for this Baron call.
Right, I mean, it was a great decision overall. They had some good wards around the mid lane to know that no one was really in range to contest this. Definitely just misses the boat there, but he's going to be okay. Just going to hug the wall here and get healed up by the Soraka. Wiggly gets basically presents himself as a target for the rest of the United to turn around. If you just help focus down on Deftly, probably would have been a choice.
Cara, a única visão que ganha jogo é a das bush do bot, velho. Pra você ver o cara, porque senão não dá, velho.
Two more kills after the Peek and Wolf one. They run down mid lane, they grab that inhibitor, and Wiggly trying his best to get away from Licorice, doesn't end up doing it, ends up being 4 for 0.
Yeah, the taunt over the wall, Licorice line, another one of the Shen skill structures. This is why we were so confused as to the first 2 picks being left open for United to take were the Shen and the Rise, and those were 2 of the picks that completely broke the game open.
And it's 2 picks that you think, not even think, United is going to love them. We see Licorice on one of the best tanks available.
Nossa, os caras têm Sion top.
Has a lot of global utility as well as having a good laning phase. Rise kind of one of the best mid lane picks available and one that
Cara, não julgo o Sion, velho. Na boa, é full roubado, mano.
Matei a Morgana porque eu sou God.
Não julgo o Sion.
O EZ me deu KS porque ele é lixo.
mentioned the Big Gods Jackals, one of the things they may try to target in this pick and ban, or just in this entire best of 5 series in general, was kind of prey upon the fact that while Licorice was off of tanks, he wasn't being as effective, and while RF Legendary was on more carry-centered top laners, he could be effective. RF did get advantages in lane, but it was basically because Licorice
Não acredito que o EZ roubou minha kill, velho.
Right, I mean,
Cara
that was definitely
nojento.
a big problem was that, you know, you saw RF Legendary trying to roam mid a couple times, but it didn't feel like they ever had the right mindset where they were going to force really, really hard. It can be scary against a Shen and Soraka. You know that at any point those ultimates can come in, but you do need to force over and over to force those summoners or ultimates out, because if you just sit there all game long, I think you can tell that United's competent how scale. So
Eu acho que ele flechou ainda pra me dar KS, velho. Eu não acredito nisso.
bait out some of those global ultimates and then look for a second attempt when they're down.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the
Putz,
Asher,
agora eu vou puxar essa
because
merda toda
having been
solo.
a very kind of cornerstone player for the side of Big Gods Jackals, a lot of the things they do because they get advantage for him on the bottom side of the map. Highest gold differential at 15 minutes for an AD carry, highest CS differential for 15 minutes for an AD carry coming into this best of 5 series. Didn't look like he was actually able to get any sort of traction against Deftly and Zeyzal, maybe because of the Soraka pick and how much utility it gave to the bottom lane, but there were no concrete advantages gained by taking the Ashe away.
I think maybe look at the jungler Wiggly ending up going mid
Cara, eu
a lot.
odeio
Feels
jogar
like they're
suporte,
kinda
na
getting
moral.
sucked into playing E United's game where it's a very jungle mid focused team, and that's obviously playing into something that United wants to do. So United survives a little bit of the early disadvantage
Morri.
that their comp has. They're able to get their sixes,
Ah,
they're able
véi.
to start turning plays,
Não.
and in the meantime,
Eu dei
Gravity
o
stuck
juke
just
do
kinda
sul.
shooting
Nossa,
those
velho.
arrows up
Eu
from
nunca dei um
bot lane,
juke tão
hoping
bonito
to
no
finish
snare.
the skirmishing that's going around the mid lane when you think maybe Big God Jackals could have brought that skirmishing down to the bot lane.
Quer dizer, foram em dois até, não foi nem em um. Foi no do Jhin e no da Morgana.
We saw the Malzahar being banned away. We saw picks like the Kazakhs left open, the Rengar being banned away, but also maybe the Elites, which is something that we have seen. We have seen Big God Jackals use very effectively.
Cara, essa Morgana, tipo, ela fica tentando snare toda hora, tá ligado? Só que o EZ, ao invés de agressivar quando ela tá sem snare, porque sem snare ela não faz nada, o EZ não faz nada também, tipo, ah, se eu não tenho snare, eu espero ele voltar.
That's very true, and because that game was so action-packed, we got to take a little bit of a break. But when we come back, it's going to be Game 2 between Big Gods Jackals and E United. You're watching the North American Challenger Spring Playoffs.
See, it doesn't look like E United's done yet. They're still trying to engage, able to go in and blow up the Cassiopeia for first blood. Gilius gets the Shen ultimate, doesn't finish channeling. Looks like
Legendary now a little bit deep. His dominance has already been popped. His health bar's dropping extremely low. Dominance is gone. A flash forward and one auto attack from Deftly will seal the deep buff. And oh,
they left Deftly.
Deftly, oh no, you're all by yourself. But over the wall, they do have a Soraka trying to keep Deftly alive for as long as possible so his arcane shift can come back up. The wish is being popped, and they keep them alive. He can whoop and destroy him. Bayano's gonna fall right after that. RF Legendary in the front line trying to get something done, but he's gonna wind up falling as a flash comes in from Licorice. A double kill picked up for Shen. Big
Merda. Cara, eu tô carregando esses real nas costas, velho, porque o filho da puta não faz nada.
Rolou o maluco.
Morri.
Você vai morrer, tô morto.
Eu morri, mas foi por uma boa causa. Ah, entendi o problema. E que esse aranha-sol aí que não dá roam, velho? Me explica aí.
O cara me solou, velho. Aí a Ari... Viu, mano?
Cara, se você ter uma ideia do quão forte eu vou ficar esse jogo, eu vou fazer Rod of Ages, maluco. E eu vou fechar quase na velocidade normal de um mid laner, mano.
Esse Sion é ruim, velho.
Foda-se vocês, Drill. Ai. Nossa, a pop foi solada. Tem 4 nego bot. Aurelion Sol quando não dá bom é triste, hein? A gente tava na torre, mano. Quer dizer, eu tava.
O Drew não, o Drew é idiota, velho.
Their mid and jungle just have like this synergy where they always know like when mid can play aggressive, he knows like
Valeu.
he's gonna have backup. But when he doesn't know he can play aggressive, you know, the jungler's like on the other side of the map, he'll still play aggressive. Just like that kind of mind game like helps him so much. So it's really tough for like our mid laner to keep up if like the jungler is able to play mid most of the game.
Welcome back, everyone.
Cara, se o Lee vem em bot é kill tão fácil, cara.
Tá descendo ali.
Não tá não, mas tá invadindo a jungle.
É o mid, mas agora vocês estão avançados aí.
Cara, dá pra dar dive.
Pode ser.
Potentially, I think they talk about they don't know if the jungler is there or not. You can try pulling the jungler away from mid lane because you can tell that United loves playing around Fox with Gilius, and I think if you have more pressure,
Só que você tem que acertar o stun.
to go down there and hold a
Foda,
turret
velho.
or help defend against dives and things like that. That's one way to deal with that pressure.
Ah,
You
tem
don't have
ward.
to match at mid lane. You can pull him other places.
Ah,
And they had
antes.
pressure in a lot of those.
Agora
Área
ele
atrás.
tá...
About maybe the Graves pick not being right, but it was really down to E United. Their kind of jungle mid synergy did take that game over, which was the big concern coming in.
Eu queria assistência. Eu preciso do dinheiro pra fechar meu item. O que eu upo por segundo? O que ou o E? O que, né?
Tá fácil acertar skill shot?
Ah, eu sou um
É
deus,
fácil?
né?
Não. Cuidado, mas tem vezes que os caras é bom em... velho.
Mas aí eu fico melhor em acertar, entendeu?
Right, I mean, let's say you get really good vision control on the bot side, your Cassiopeia has pressure mid, why don't you go make a 3-man roam up to the top
Fudeu.
side, try and aggressively attack that Shen? There's a lot of plays that they could have looked to make there, but it seemed like they were pretty content to just kind of get vision control.
Esses
and
Drill é meio
distract
mongol.
the mid skirmishes, which obviously came back to bite them in that game. We're gonna see what kind of adjustments they can make heading into game 2 here.
Eu solo os dois, velho.
Pior que sola mesmo, velho.
Só que eu não tenho flash.
Eu tô full build, velho.
I mean, for the most part, I did like Big God's Jackal's draft. They just need to find a way to actually convert that into some tangible advantages in the early game.
He's
Some
lucky,
may
man.
have like a 500-600 gold lead just off the back of CSing. That's great, but at some point you need to start either grabbing objectives or kills, and they struggle to do either. United still banning the Varus on the blue side. Looks like they're basically saying we don't really play this. You talk about how definitely that's the only utility to carry he's lost on, so no surprise to see that one.
Lee Sin?
Prioritize something else with their first pick in this draft.
Solo os dois, tô vendo.
É que o Lee Sin veio, aí eu fui pra cima pra baitar, não. Aí, olha ele lá.
And I like this. They banned the Shen
O Jhin
here,
tem ult,
which forces the
eu acho.
Ryze ban, otherwise they first pick that, and now they're
Não.
probably
Véi.
gonna grab the Rengar first, and then they banned over on the red side. There the pick is, yeah, so I did like that. It's a little surprising. Like, oh, they did so well on Shen. Why would they ban out this champion that they did well on? Well, you only have one pick in the first rotation on blue side, so they end up going with the Rengar, which is one of the other picks left open. Now Big God Jack is going to answer with something, but a lot of the power picks are off the table.
That's right, although we'll have to see if Big God Jackals continues to attack the AD carry pool. They did wind up banning away, the Varus was banned away, Jhin was left relatively untouched. Sorry, Jhin was banned in the second phase, as was the Caitlyn, so that kind of put that
Tem uma área levando o mid
as
aqui.
we saw already, the Ezreal and the Soraka lane pretty much just
Tá tudo bem.
stayed toe-and-toe with Fabi and Bayonne in the bottom lane, and then United was just pretty confident playing everywhere else on the game.
Right, and I think you can potentially play around that bot lane a little more. We didn't see any aggressive flash karma
Pegou a
tethers
ult
onto
nela?
Soraka or anything like that. You sometimes see plays like that. Instead, they are going to grab that karma once again.
Tem que flechar pra cá.
Pegou a ult nela. Ah, tem me
Tem que flechar
acertado.
pra mim.
RF Legendary did have a very good game on when he came back in after getting subbed out for Chris. Looks like they're going to give him another chance on that one, and it is going to be interesting to see what United grabs here. A lot of people talk about Renekton being great.
Pior que, tipo, não consegui dar roaming, velho. Isso, que a área me puxava quando eu ia dar roaming, quando eu conseguia puxar, vocês estavam avançados. Quando ela puxava, vocês estavam avançados também. Porra.
Isso daí é muita falta de sorte. Porque a gente puxava muito pouco. Porque esses Drew era mongol. Era pra gente jogar agressivo e ganhar a lane early. Só que...
É de minhas 11 horas. Você...
Chega aí, chega com o stun já. Ah.
Fala, velho, só isso que tá falando. Você falou que não. Só tô te mostrando que eu tava certo e você errado.
Holy papo.
Olha isso, eu tiro metade da vida da Vi sozinho, mano, sem ult. Não! Eu achei que dava tempo.
I mean, I'm glad. I was about to have a big issue with you, mister. No, I think I like the Kha'Zix a little bit more here, just because you already have some magic damage locked in with the Rumble. If you go with the Elise as well, and then you want a magic damage mid laner, you end up very, very magic damage heavy. If you haven't seen what United's going to prioritize, you don't want to go too much on one damage type, where then you see Rengar going tank Rengar instead of Assassin Rengar. They also have some kind of Maokai with 3 MR items, something crazy like that. So I do like the Kha'Zix a little bit more here. Jackals banning away the Camille. We saw that matchup yesterday between Quas and Solo. Went heavily in Quas's favor after he was able to get a couple ganks. Seems like Camille can snowball that one when she gets a little bit of lead.
Well, according to what we heard from Solo, we were casting a 4v4, and the Rumble and the Camille was in a completely different game entirely.
Yeah, they were playing some all-stars kind of 1v1 matchup.
Well, Camille, I think, might have come out ahead in that one, as the Camille picked up multiple kills, picked up multiple towers, but it will not be available in this game. The Ashe also being banned away, so now this time around it's United saying, hey, we're okay with going with the Ezreal pickup. We have our Soraka to keep ourselves stable on the bottom side of the map. What are you going to do if the Varus, the Ashe, potentially the Jhin get banned away from Fat?
We'll have to see what they end up going with. A lot of people have started playing Caitlyn a little bit more, but we haven't seen that out of Fabi, I don't think, recently. He does have a pretty good Jhin, so there's a chance he still gets that one.
Ah, mano.
Tira,
cara.
as well. Not a great performance, I'd say, out of Big Wolf on. He was doing fine in the early game, then kind of got
A minha ult não quicou em ninguém, porque na hora. Ela saiu na hora.
A área ia ficar cagada, velho.
Well, there was the Orianna ban from the United last game. This time around is kind of the opposite spectrum when we go for the Cassio ban. And the Sivir does wind up getting locked in, so this is Big God's Jackals. Got a lot of movement speed on their side. You got you get the Karma, you get the Sivir speed up. You have a lot of champions that do kind of want to wind up running towards people, but not a lot of tankiness on their side.
Yeah, I mean, they do have that kind of gotta go fast comp, but they don't have someone who's going to start that off. That's one of the most annoying things when you get these often referred to as like ball comps, where you have a big frontline.
Cara, essa área tá muito mentirosa, velho.
To peel him off, and he sets his team up to be able to finish off a single target, most often being a Maokai or something like that. So far, Big God Jackal doesn't have anything like that to frontline for them. United go with the Ahri blind pick, something that we've been seeing a little bit more play all over the world than the Renekton pick like we were talking about. We were wondering if Licorice can play it. we're going to get to see that this game.
Well, looks like Licorice does play the Renekton.
He can at least lock it in.
He can at
Can he
least
play it is the question.
That's going to be a big question mark here. Although, as I mentioned earlier, Orianna was banned last time. They took the Cassiopeia. This time the Cassiopeia is banned. The Orianna being one of those pickups left open. They take the Ahri, which is generally a good matchup. But it's going to be a Talia being locked in for Big God's Jackals. And it's been a hot minute since we've seen this one.
Have not seen Talia too long. A lot of people still maintain that Talia is not that bad and a fine pick to go for. It looked like with the Cassiopeia ban, like you were saying, and the fact that we know Pigamo does have a good Orianna, they were blinding the Ahri, trying to force him onto that, which is a good matchup for the Ahri. Big God Jackal was not electing to go for that one, ends up going with the Talia. And this is an interesting matchup where Talia doesn't want to deal with Ahri at all, just wants to push in the wave and go roam and do something else. Ahri, obviously, with that mobility, has the ability to pick off Talia, but you still have to be careful about the E that Talia throws down and bumping into those. So it's a very skill-intensive matchup.
And it'll be very interesting to watch. It's not something we generally see all too often, but that does also mean that the Talia going to be something that thrives on great team fight positioning. Of course, the ability to roam
Demorou pra
down
lutar.
the lane. Now you have Fabi on the Sivir. He's kind of going to be the go button, but in a different capacity. It's not hard CC, it's a different type of go button.
Eu precisava de gold
We'll see if Big God
pra
Jackal
o
adjusts
cetro.
their
Aí
game
eu vou
plan.
farmar,
Sivir
tem
isn't
gente, velho.
necessarily the most lane dominant AD carry either.
No, it definitely looks like Big God Jackals have lost a little bit of lane priority in this draft, but they did make it up with a lot more playmaking. Talia is going to be able to roam up to that top side, maybe try and stem some of that pressure that Renekton tends to have in that top lane matchup. Can also go down to bot lane, cut off to Soraka. Sure, Ezreal can hop that wall, but Soraka is not known for her escapes necessarily. So, assuming Pigamo can get some pressure in the mid lane, get the push going for him, he should be able to start influencing the side lanes at 6. Big God Jackal is going to try and snowball this one a little bit more.
Well, Soraka wasn't known for her roams either. Aggressive roams, to put it in perspective. But Zeyzal showed us that he was able to utilize the champion to do just
Deixa eu
exactly
pegar
that in the
XP.
previous matchup. We'll have to see if anything is going to go similarly or different in this game here.
Valeu.
As now the mid lane matchup, as you mentioned, going to be a little bit more interesting for us. I really like seeing the Ahri play. A more aggressive kind of pick. It's very
Eu tô quase fechando o Relay também.
dominant. It of course has the ability to not only roam around the map, but use that mobility to outplay people in the mid lane matchup. And that was something that Big God's Jackals
E esse slash hit aí?
already. When Fox plays aggressive, you never know if the jungler is there or not, and it's something that Pigan was often
Cara,
struggling to do.
Yeah, Ahri's definitely
gente não
a
mata
favorite
ele?
to watch because when she's played well, it looks amazing, it's beautiful play, and then when you don't play it well, it's often a spectacular fail where you go
Nope,
flashing in
a gente
without
não mata
your
ele.
arm, misses wide, your Q
Talvez
misses,
amanhã,
Ahri's
assim, a
very
gente
slow
mate,
shot
na real.
defending, so when you
Ah,
good
mano.
Ahri look great, when you look bad, you look terrible.
Got your example from watching mine.
I don't watch it.
Tá conspirando comigo, velho.
Come
Não
on,
é
man, I'm not
possível,
gonna sit
velho.
behind you and work. Oh yeah, show me your Ahri.
Cara, eu não sabia. E a gente tinha o Ward ali.
Eu sei, eu guardei ali pra ver.
We'll have to leave it to the
What the
pros in this matchup here. It is already a 1-0
De onde
lead
que ela veio?
for United in this best of 5 series against Big God's Jackals.
O jogo falou, ó, o Aurélio vai dar um win ao Zion lá, mano.
They
Vai
kind
lá.
of set their sights on the promotion tournament, not exactly taking this game for granted. However, they do already have focus of
Porque mais um combo a gente matava.
Hã? Ele morreu. Tava quase voltando no meu Q.
Não pode pôr isolado.
Ah, do dive no cara, ela nem pegou o shield no dive, velho.
Right, and I think if this game blows open in one place, it will be equal. It's going to be under a lot of pressure at 6 from both the Ahri and the Rengar. That's why
Cara,
he
tá
doesn't
nível
want to
4.
be mid lane at
Olha
all.
que tem
He
uma...
wants the ultimate to go influence side lane. So if he's playing well, able to get the shove, not dying, and influencing side lanes, avoiding the Rengar Ahri, then obviously he's going to be the man to watch. And then if things are going bad, he's going to be
tem uma área aqui.
Ahri and Rengar are probably going to be teeing off.
Olha isso, cara. Dá pra jogar, velho.
A lot of damage from Deftly and Zeyzal here in this level 1 trade. Zeyzal already taking the Q at level 1, getting a decent amount of damage onto Fabi, not having the spell shield yet available, and E United once again playing this lane matchup a little bit aggressively. It didn't favor them in game number 1, but it looks like it's going to break game 2, and more aggression in the mid lane here is Peyton Wolf and Fox. Well, we saw that out of them in game number 1.
A lot of early trading in the bot lane. That is kind of how the Ezreal Soraka needs to play the matchup. If they just go and look to push the creeps, obviously Sivir Karma will have the push advantage, so you need to trade and force them to back off the wave. Well played by Deftly and Zeyzal to do that. They are able to get the push advantage with the level 2, able to control that lane a little bit more. Ezreal and Karma both benefit a lot from having the push in their favor, so the enemy can't
Olha o
hide
Lee.
the creeps as easily, and so it's very nice for the Ezreal to come out ahead so far in this matchup for him. It's also going to give him a little bit more pressure on the bot side. We see already Gilius going for an early invade, starting up onto that Pupa. Soraka is in range, potentially held out if he needs it.
A little bit more early aggression from the junglers this time around, whereas Wiggly had gone for the full clear on the top side of his jungle and then gone back and picked up a long sword for himself. It is going to be Gilius with the smite steal on the blue buff, so that's going to be Gilius able to steal away his opponent's buff. He still has his own red available, potentially going to rebuff Wiggly.
Yeah, nice early start for Gilius on the bot side there. Gets that buff, going to be able to get a little bit of an advantage with CS and experience. Drops back onto his red now. That's one of the risks of going for the clear that Cassius went for, clearing up his entire topside jungle does put you roughly a camp behind. You see Gilius does not clear his drop, obviously. That gives him enough time to go over and get that blue buff. Did have the Soraka there to support him. Biono was moving over as well. Wiggly could potentially...
Of course, Biono has to be a little bit
Nice.
scared if he leaves Fabi by himself in that bot lane, considering they were already very aggressively shown in that early level 1 trade scenario. And Gilius kind of went with the same jungle pattern we saw him do in game number 1, and it was actually Wiggly that changed it up by going for that full clear on this top side of the jungle. We saw both of them kind of mirroring each other's paths and running into each other when they were going, putting that first early ward down. This time around, Gilius realizes that the buff is still available. He's able to steal away from him. So adaptations from Wiggly, not necessarily paying off, and Gilius sticking to relatively the same jungle pattern does benefit from doing it.
Right, now we see trading it a little bit more equal. Equal for Wiggly, we're looking around mid lane, hoping to catch out Fox there. As they back away, decide it's not going to work out. RA, an extremely safe pick if you want to play it that way, is able to kind of just wave clear and hopefully back off of any pressure, especially when you get 6, you get that extra mobility to start dashing away from the threat, then jungle mid.
And speaking of that jungle mid synergy, last game, in of it, Gilius making his presence known a lot more in that mid lane match. Had a 36% mid lane jungle proximity compared to 25% of peak and move with Wiggly. A large percentage there. Normally that usually equates to about like a minute and a couple of seconds, just like 2 full extra minion waves worth of time. When we talk about this mid jungle synergy being a very, very key importance to this entire